So I would like to say welcome to all of you to Davines Village. My name is Brian Suhr. I'm International Master Trainer for Davines, and I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks today about the summer, the hair for the summer. So we all know now, example, the clients start to go to the beach and maybe coming back from the beach in some cases. So I was thoughting today to share some ideas, what you can do for quick service in the salon, how to take care of the hair when clients come back in the salon. So we can have always a nice condition on the hair. And I have a little problem with my mask here. It's like it's feels like small compared to what we normally use. So I will see how I can put it down. But yeah, so always have in mind, a good idea is when you have your clients coming to the salon, of course, in those times, use always a nice ritual together with your clients. Do the ritual of the gel with the Davines Village from the Davines Village. Hand washing ritual together with the clients, so we're sure we all are staying safe. And then, of course, depending on where you live around the world, of course, you need to take different kind of precautions about what you know of protection of yourself. Of course, here in Italy, we need to wear protection for clothes. We need to wear gloves, even with to cut the hair. So I did a haircut a few weeks ago, and I must admit it went much better with the gloves than I expected. So actually, we're quite used to work with the gloves, I guess, when we examine two colors. So what we have done today is on Constanza here is one of my colleagues that I asked to come in very early this morning here. So she had actually some old highlights on the hair, and it had been toned, and it was a little bit like dull, and the condition of the hair is a little bit dry. So, but she would like to actually have a little bit lighter, but not too much, just a few slices. So little what I did this morning here, I went in with some foils and just did some little bit of waving and some full slices just in the front section here. So literally just lighten up the front section. And you probably can see here when I gonna turn Constanza a little bit here, that when I take the hair back here, that you can actually see here that I have some blondes going on in there. So those blonde shades here was just to have sure that we could maybe get a little bit of tonalization to them, cool them down, maybe a little bit of lavender, a little bit like curlish. That's what she liked to see on her hair, but she don't want to, of course, to be violet. That's not the whole idea here. So I was thinking really like, how can we do something that really cool down the hair a little bit? We can have a little like pearlish effect on the hair, and at the same time maybe even make the hair better. We know all that we have some alchemic. Alchemic is a very nice line. You have like the classic alchemic, and then you have alchemic creative. So I decided here today to do a treatment where I'm going to use the Natural Tech treatment together with Alchemic Creative to do the intense treatments because of the condition on the hair that she had from the previous highlights she has, especially in the back. So it's going to turn around so you can see the back here. So just in the back here, she also has some highlights coming through there. And what I did also was when I had put in my foils in the front, I took everything that was outside. I just took the tolerance with the 20 volume and took it all through the ends and lengths just to clean the hair a little bit. The tolerance is very nice because it's a lightening oil from the central light. It's very, very gentle and maximum going to lighten one level. But it's very good for a very gentle cleansing on hair, and this hair is still in good condition when you finish with it. The bleach I did on the side, I used Progress, and I used Progress with 20 volume, and I just, as I said before, just put in some few slices in foil. Totally, there was 7 foils on each side in the front, just to brighten up the front a little bit on Constanza's hair. So what I will do now is I like to actually do a treatment with the Natural Tech Keratin Wonder from the new nourishing family in the Natural Tech, and I'm gonna mix it together with my Alchemic Creative, the lavender, and I want to spice it up a little bit. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of the mahogany from Finest Pigment into my formulation. So this is a nice way where you can actually go in and enhance the strength of the hair, and you can do a nice kind of tonalization at the same time. So we do like 2 in 1, which is, I think, is very beneficial for clients, especially in those times where the clients may be a little bit afraid still to be in the salon for a long time, but also for you to get through the clients a little bit faster. And then you can even earn more money because we need still to recover from all those months we've been locked down, right? So that could be a good opportunity. So I have the product here already. So I have my Keratin Wonder here. And again, from the new nourishing family, okay? Could be some of you maybe not still have it in your countries, but it will come very soon. I'm quite sure about that. You can, to the Keratin Wonder, you can add in the booster. And the booster is when the hair is very damaged, and I don't have very damaged hair, so I'm not going to use it. But if you have very damaged hair, you can add the booster into a Keratin Wonder to make the product even stronger. I'll explain how much and so on. I'm going to use finest pigment, and I'm going to use mahogany here. And I'm going to use the lavender, as you can see here, from the Alchemy Creative, which have this color here. Okay, it's a light purple, so it's not going to be too much. So first of all, I'm going to take some Keratin Wonder Super Active from Naturtech. And I take 20 grams, okay? Then I take my lavender and put into my Keratin Wonder. The Keratin Wonder is plain white, it's neutral. That means also, of course, now my lavender gonna be diluted a little bit because I don't have the same intensity anymore. But I'm gonna use 30 grams. And I use the spatula here for the Circle Chronicle, which is very nice to use. So we keep it very clean and safe for everybody. And then now I have totally of 50 grams, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spice it up just with 3 grams of the mahogany. And one of the things that's very important is, since the finest pigment is quite natural, you always have to remember to shake the bottles, because otherwise you maybe get too many pigments or it can be too intense. So always remember to shake the bottle before you actually gonna use it. There we go. So now we have a nice mixture here. And I'm just gonna mix it very well. And this is very important that you're really sure you mix it very well, because if you somehow don't mix it very well and you put too much, example, let's say you have some finest pigment that was not mixed very well into the mixture, it can be a quite intense or funny color you can come up with, okay? So just be sure that you don't do that mistake. I just take my brush away that I mixed with, so I'm sure again I don't have any surprises. Now you can see the difference in my lavender, that is like this. And now when I mix it together with my mahogany, it becomes a little more purplish, okay? Also, what is very nice, you can even mix the Keratin Wonder together with the just finest pigment, so pure finest pigment. So example, go with your sand, or you can go with the pearl, just to have like a kind of like a nice tonalization at the same time on the hair. And it comes out really, really beautiful. And then just have in mind, don't use, when you're adding, example, some of the, I don't want to say intensifier, but like mahogany, or if you want to add some red or some copper into it, don't add too much, because of course then you can have a little bit, we can say, too intense result compared to maybe what you expecting to see, or what the clients are maybe expecting to see. So I hope you're all good to see now. So later what I'm doing here, I just do sections. So I take it through here, and then I add my conditioner or my treatment through the ends and the lengths. Have in mind the Keratin Wonder from the Nourishing. It's very important that you yeah, what was it? 1, 2, 3. I lost the line, sorry guys. Yeah, that you only apply it where the hair needed. Okay, so it means where you have your highlights, where the hair is damaged. Because if you literally apply to the hair where it's not needed, it can be too heavy for the hair. So this is something that is very, very important to have in mind, that when you're using the Keratin Wonder, use it only where it's needed on the hair. Because it's not like you do a luxury treatment and say, oh, all the hair are going to be much nicer now when we do it this way here all over. That's not exactly what you're going to see. So this is where it's very important to be sure you only apply to the blonde shades that really need to be intensified and strengthened. So the new Keratin Wonder, what is the new thing about it? What is new about that is, like, now we have the deacidic complex inside. And what is that? Literally, it's a combination of maleic and lipoic acid we have inside. And it's gonna go in and strengthen all the bonds on your hair. So where you have like broken bonds from previous blondes, colored maybe over many years, or the hair is very long, example, it's gonna go in and restore the broken bonds, and it's gonna also strengthen those broken bonds that have been exposed to too many hair color treatments, or straightening maybe, or perm, I mean, whatever that can be going on the hair, right? So this is really, really interesting, because you feel a bit different on the hair. And you can use, generally we use around 30 grams for a standard application when we talk about the Keratin Wonder. And then you can add the keratin booster into the Keratin Wonder. The booster, as I said before, is only if the hair is really, really damaged. And here I don't have that case, so I'm not gonna do that on my hair here. But you can imagine if Constanza, she was quite blonde. She is actually not so dark from nature. She's a base 6, but she has some previous color on the hair, so she could probably need to have the roots done a little bit. But today we started very early, and we didn't really have time to do the roots at the same time, so we left them out. But literally, you just add the booster to the hair where it's really needed. So in case you have like really damaged hair, you can take 5 grams of the Keratin Wonder, and you can add 1 gram of the booster into the formula. Okay, so you mix the 2 products together. So use 1 gram per 5 grams of the keratin. And this is very important. Don't use more, because you're not gonna get any benefit from it. I think you're just gonna feel the hair is not really getting so nice. So you don't need to use more than that. You leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you rinse it off. And then you finish the treatment with the conditioner or the mask from nourishing. So you're sure the whole treatment is done. So it's a 3-step treatment. First you do shampoo, you do your Keratin Wonder, you can add the booster if it's needed, you leave it 10 to 15 minutes, and then you're gonna rinse it out, towel dry the hair, and then you can apply your Vegetarian Miracle. The Vegetarian Miracle is more if you have finer to normal hair, and the mask is more when you have like thick and coarse hair. So depending on what kind of hair you're working on, then you're gonna add either the conditioner or the mask when you finish the treatment. And that's it. So it's very fast treatment to do. And then of course, it's very important the clients follow up at home and do the same at home. So she continue at home using the shampoo, using either the mask or the conditioner. And then again, she can buy the pack, and the pack actually help you to, give longevity to the treatment. So it's even gonna last for a longer time when you do it at home. If you don't buy the pack, of course, the treatment is not gonna last so long time as if you're just using, example, the conditioner or the mask. And I forgot, of course, to say today that if any one of you have some questions, you are very, very welcome to ask questions right in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna answer your questions you might have. So I'm just quickly here taking through again the treatment. And for those of you that maybe just attended the class this morning here, what we've been doing here this morning on my model's hair, on Constanza's hair here, we've been lighting up flue slices in the front. We put in 7 foils on each side. We did a bit of waving, and we did some full sections of slice. And because just to brighten up the color, there was already some highlights on the hair, but we want to just brighten up a little more. She felt she was a little bit dull, the color. So we want to have more light coming around the face. So meanwhile, when I have all this in my foils, I literally took the, so I used Progress and 20 volume for my foils. And then on the rest of the hair, I took the tolerance from the center light and I just applied through all the interlinks with 20 volume just to go in and give a little bit more of cleanness to the hair, because again, it was a little bit flat. So I thought actually it could be very nice to just brighten it up, maybe clean it up a little bit, and that's it. Then I finally finished with tonalization, just to make it more uniform and also to take away some of the gold. But I must admit, she lightened really, really beautiful in a very nice, beautiful way. But I took away the golden shades just using 721 from View with the gloss, because otherwise, of course, it's getting too dark compared to what I'm expecting to see here. So I use the View 721 and I use the 2 part of gloss. So you get something like a level 9 when you do it this way here, which is very nice about View, that we can go in and we can add the gloss to dilute the pigments. So if you don't want it to be so dark, or we don't have the right shade maybe, so example, we don't have at the moment, example, a 921, we have a 922, but not a 921, then you can go in and create it by taking the gloss at the same time. Just work it through here. And you can see here now probably that you see that I have more blondes coming in the front, and that's because we went in and again just fresh up the whole front line. And again, it can also be a good way in the salon for you guys, if again the clients don't want to spend so much time with you in the salon, they'll be maybe afraid of being in the salon these times, then again just do maybe a T section, or as I did here, just do 2 triangles in the front. You apply 7 foils on each side, so it's done very fast. Constanza was here 7 o'clock this morning, so we were working very, very fast, and literally all the blondes was done at 8 o'clock, so it was very fast actually, the way we did it here on Constanza's hair. So I would say always have in mind in these times here, also maybe some clients that maybe don't have so much money this time, because we all have been locked down, we maybe have not been able to work so much. So there could be a little bit of economic issue, right, for some of the clients. So again, it can be a good way, again, still to earn a little bit money in the salon. The clients still get a little bit of color on the hair, not so much as they may be used to, but anyhow, we earn a little bit of money there, we make the clients happy, and it's a fast service you can do in the salon. What's nice about using the lavender here, of course, is we can keep the coolness on the hair, and the clients, she can buy with the home, she can buy the lavender and she can use it also at home. And here again, she could use it together with the silver shampoo from, let's have a highlight here, see that I want to have more product there. So the silver from the Classical Chemic, so the shampoo, Constanza, she could use that at home. So we always neutralize some of the warm, I mean, she likes to be a little bit warm. It's not that she wants to be like ash or something like that, but just to be sure the yellow is not coming too much out. If we sometimes when we lighten the hair, maybe it's a little bit too yellow, too gold compared to what the client is expecting to see, or maybe compared to what we want to see. So in that case, you can actually go in and just neutralize out with the silver. You can also customize some of them. So again, you could actually add, if you want to be a little more purple, you could maybe add to your lavender a little bit of, again, the mahogany finest pigment, and then you again can intensify the conditioner, so it just looks a little more like a hot compared to if you don't use anything. So now I've done my application here for Constanza. Just checking out if there's some area where I feel I could just put a little more. Just there. It's going to go in here. we go. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna leave it just for 10 minutes, then I'm gonna rinse it off, and the treatment is done actually. So we've done everything in an easy, fast way here. Constanza, can you sit over here meantime? That's super cool. Just gonna check if any one of you have some questions in the chat. This is much better time for Australia. Okay, nice. Welcome to Australia. Nice to see you here. So, good evening to Australia. You are, I'm sure that you're sitting with a glass of wine and watching today. I should have a cup of coffee. Yeah, I know around the world it's not easy to hit the right time for everybody, but so sometimes I'm in the afternoon and sometimes I'm in the morning. Hi, Brian. Who was that writing? Let me see here. Hi. So, while the treatment is processing here, I would like to explain a little more about the tips and tricks what you can do for your clients here in the summer, okay? So I'm gonna just move you a little bit here because it's a very flexible system I'm creating here when I do my teaching. So first of all, you have of course your alchemic over here. That of course is very nice, especially in the summer, to prolong the color service that have been done in the salon, because we all know the sun easily remove the pigments, right? And what is nice about alchemic, you can add pigments to the hair so you can to prolong the color service you've done in the salon. You have everything, like you have the chocolate browns, so for dark shades, you have like tobacco for more like medium browns. You can have copper, you have red, you have like gold, and then you have a nice silver also that you can use. And the silver is very, very beautiful to neutralize out your gold on the hair. It cannot get you a kind of like purple result. Okay, so if you're looking for something more purple, then you actually, it's Osa. Hi Osa, sorry. I couldn't see it was you. So is one of our friends from Sweden also is here today. So the silver can just neutralize out some of the yellow. It cannot give you a purple result. So you're looking for purple, you need to go for the lavender, okay? This is very important. Just have in mind the lavender and the pink, which I have here. Those two shades, they're really, really like pastel shades, okay? So you need to have, I would say, at least a level 9, 10 to see something, because otherwise they're not gonna be happy, the clients, they're not gonna see so much, okay? This is very important to have in mind when we talk about it. If I use, of course, the lavender, the silver shampoo is probably the one that's gonna go best with it, you can put it that way. If I use my pink creative, I would probably use my red shampoo from Alchemic. That's the one that's gonna go very well with that. What is very nice about the Alchemic line is how biodegradable it is, because it is like 98% biodegradable. And that's what I really like about Davines. I've been with Davines now for more than 20 years. And in the beginning, of course, we didn't have so many opportunity to have product that was so biodegradable. There was a very limited of natural ingredients we can use inside the product, but now it's really been improved a lot. So it's really amazing how biodegradable it is. And also the naturality of the ingredients is 95 in Alchemic. So I think this is really the closest we can get to have something that is nearly natural as a product. Another thing that is also very nice for clients is to do a fast treatment in the salon sometimes, and they can even do it at home, is the liquid spill, which I have over here. Okay, the liquid spill is a very beautiful product because it's a pool of amino acid, and it's very nice for all kind of light to very damaged hair, and especially for fine hair it's very nice because it's not making the hair heavy. I think we all know the clients with the fine hair, they're very afraid of treatments, right? Quite often they actually don't want treatment because they're afraid of the volume is gonna be lacking because the hair is too heavy, so the hair is just gonna look like very flat. The liquid spill is working totally opposite. It gives a lot of body and volume because of you have the amino acids inside. So even I would say clients that maybe don't have like a lot of highlights or not so much color going on the hair, but the hair is just feeling weak because we have those kind of fine hair types that is really weak, right? I think we all know what I'm talking about. In this cases, the liquid spill can really be good to give that energy back to the hair. You use maximum 4 pumps, okay? And what is very unique about this, it is liquid, as you can see, but as soon you don't even need to shake or nothing, you just pump, and then you see here, it becomes a foam. You need maximum 4 pumps. So example, if I'm gonna use it on Constanza today, I will probably, on her hair, I'll just use maximum 3 because she don't have that long hair. So between 2 and 3 pumps. Short hair, 1 pump, that'll be enough. So you can imagine it can actually last quite a long time depending on how long hair the clients have. It's very important, it's a leave-on product, so don't rinse it. So have that in mind. So otherwise, if you rinse it out, literally, the client's not gonna have any kind of benefits. And of course, that'll be a little bit a shame when we talk about that. Another product that is very nice to recommend, of course, in the salon is your on protection. Okay, the on protection treatment is really beautiful. The on protection you can use in all your color service, so you give more longevity to the color, but also prolong the longevity to the hair at the same time. Just gonna check up my timing here. So you can use inside your color, you can use 1 gram per 20 gram. And when you have more than, so we have 40 gram, which is generally what we normally mix up of a color, you can use 2 gram of the on protection inside. If you have 50 gram or 60 gram of color, you still only use 2 gram, you don't use more. So it's also very economical for you guys to use inside the salon, but it's really nice to actually strengthen again the hair. Again, here you find the lipoic and maleic acid inside. So again, gonna go in and strengthen your hair fiber and also strengthen the bonds in the hair at the same time. So we're actually preventing, and we can say that case will be like your anti-age treatment. So the hair, when it starts to grow out, it becomes much better quality compared to previous where we don't have this service inside the Davines color, right? If you have like bleachers, so example, in the Progress and in the Liberty from the Central Light, you already have actually protection inside because we have the complex inside there to protect the hair. So you already have it, you don't need to add this into it. It's already inside. But if you only have like your mask bleaching powder or you have a new color bleaching powder in your salon, you can of course add your on protection into it. And in that case, you take 10 gram of your bleaching powder and you add 1 gram of on protection. If you have 20, you add 2 and so on. You keep adding per 10 gram, 1 gram. Okay, it's not like the color, there's a limit. Here you can keep going on. Okay. What, of course, this is a very nice product, I must admit. I really like it a lot, but what I really like about this product is you can do the beautifying treatment. The beautifying treatment is where you're gonna take 12 gram of the on protection, you add it into 70 ml of clean water. So I would say if you live in a country where the water is drinkable from the tap, you can use that. If it's not drinkable, so I'll probably use bottled water, so I'm sure I don't have any impact from the water that is coming out from the tap. You mix it together in a bottle, you shampoo the hair with whatever shampoo line from Davines you like, towel dry the hair, and then you're gonna apply the lotion all over. It's very liquid, so I'd recommend to do it at the backwash. You leave it on for 10 minutes, and then you just remove excess liquid that is left on the hair, and then you apply the most suitable conditioner on top of it. You leave it on for the amount of minute the conditioner needs to be on. So example, if you have like curly hair, you could use the Love Curl Mask. You could put that on and you can leave that up to 10 minutes actually, so total time of 20 minutes. What you really will see when you rinse off the product, so remember always to comb the hair before rinse off any kind of conditioning treatment. With Davines, we always have to rinse it off. Same now with my treatment I just done here on Constanza. Before I'm gonna rinse it, I'm gonna comb the hair to be sure compact the cuticle and get a nice result. But what is again very nice about the treatment, when you rinse off, you really feel the softness and the clients will really feel the strengthness of the hair. They should feel the hair is more compact, stronger, and they have this feeling that the hair is just more compared to what they had before. And this is a very unique treatment, and you can actually do it as often as you want. I would say generally do it every week for the clients. If you have regular clients coming to a salon, it's a very good beneficial for them to use it once a week. And you don't need a specific shampoo with it, a conditioner, and that's even better, right? Because we don't need to sell the clients a whole kind of a series of new products. So sometimes like, it becomes too expensive or it's too complicated, or I have a shampoo conditioner at home, now I need to buy more. So this is actually a very simple treatment If you're doing the salon, they don't need to buy something extra. They can use whatever they have at home. Shampoo and conditioner, doesn't really matter. The most important thing is the arm protection going to penetrate into the cortex, build up the broken bonds, and also strengthen the weakened bonds, and actually compact the cuticle at the same time, so you get really beautiful benefits from it at the same time. I think I've been talking for 10 minutes more or less now. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna turn you guys so you follow me a little bit here. And then I think you'll be able to see my model here. If you come back, Constanza. So before I'm gonna rinse off my product here, it's very important in here, I comb the hair. So always have in mind to really comb the hair so you close the cuticle as much as possible. The more you close the cuticle, the more you compact the cuticle, the longer of course, the toning gonna last, and the longer also the product gonna last on the hair. I use quite often a large tooth comb, and then I finish with the smaller side of my comb. Okay, this way here, I get the compactness of the cuticle. Take off the head a little bit. Thank you. You can see here it's very easy to comb the hair out. I don't have any kind of knots anymore. And so the way you work in the product when you apply it, of course, is also very important. You also saw I didn't apply the product with a comb because if I use the comb when I start with my treatment, I compact my cuticles. So my treatment cannot penetrate so deep as the cuticle are open, right? So it's much better actually that you don't comb the hair before in the end of the treatment. So you're sure it's gonna have the active ingredients coming inside. So in this case here is the complex that we're gonna have inside here. And then of course also a little bit of my pigments that I added into here to make it more flat, the color. Oh, vibrant. Yeah. So again, now I think even here you have an idea that the hair gets some shine maybe also. Not always easy to see what I see here. So, okay, if you come back, Constanza. So comb the hair very well. Adding my water, and then I emulsify at the same time. Here in the academy, we have the backwash you have here. It's not so easy around you. Not so easy always to see what is where the water is coming out. So sometimes what I do, of course, open it the wrong way. So I just found myself in the pool. So anyhow, now I had 2 baths this morning. So yeah, that can happen. And again, I must also admit that something that's sometimes a little bit difficult is actually when you're working with gloves on, to feel like, how have you rinsed off the treatment, right? I find that's some of the more difficult things. But sometimes in the beginning, where I didn't feel so comfortable about rinsing out treatment or conditioner, I simply asked the model to feel their own hair, how it was, if there's still some residue on. And even now, sometimes when I blow dry the hair, I simply ask them to try to feel the hair to see if there's any kind of residue on. So, and then because we need to finish the keratin wonder treatment with a conditioner, I'm gonna take back my lavender. So now I just use the pure lavender conditioner here, and I just take it through maintenance. And again, I go in and comb the hair again here. You can, of course, leave it here for longer time if you need that. I will just quickly rinse it out because I want you to see the result. So, we did on time this morning. Plus the water here.
Wait.
If you come back over here, Constanza. You can see here now, quite easy to comb out the hair of Constanza here. And again, of course, I will sell her the lavender conditioner with her home, the silver shampoo to combine with it, or if she wants to continue with the kind of like taking care of the nourishment on the hair, I could sell her the nourishing shampoo and the nourishing vegetarian milk conditioner. That'll be two options that's very good for Constanza's hair here. So I'm gonna blow dry the hair, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see the end result here. Just gonna quickly see if there's any questions in the chat. And it seems like there is. Okay. Super. So to blow dry the hair here on Constanza, I think we're gonna use a little bit of the oil on oil, and I'm gonna use a little bit of the relaxing fluid. So for more insight, the relaxing fluid I'm using here. And again, this is a different way to feel the hair because it's not so easy to feel if you have enough products. So again, it's like a little bit like a feeling. And then I'm gonna put on my oil on oil. Sorry, my oil. And the relaxing moisturizing fluid is very nice because it helps me to blow dry the hair a little bit easier. And also smoothen the cuticle in a nice way because sometimes Constanza hair gets a little bit frizzy when you blow dry the hair. There we go. Then I just start to first I blow dry with my fingers, with the hands, so we don't stress the cuticle too much before I'm gonna do the blow dry with my brush. How do you feel your hair Constanza? Is that right? Mm-hmm. So again here, if I haven't done the Keratin Wonder today on Constanza hair, I will have recommended the liquid silk because I think it's really beautiful to use on a hair like on Constanza because it needs to be strengthened a little bit the cuticles, especially on the instant length from the previous color service you had. But also again, it helps me also to make more body and volume into her blow dry. So, and also the liquid silk will also give longevity to the blow dry actually. So the clients come for a nice blow dry because they're maybe gonna go to a party, whatever. Then actually, again, liquid silk is very nice to use to give that longevity to the hair at the same time. And always, when I blow dry the hair right here, I always keep the blow dryer parallel with the hair, so smoothing the cuticle as much as possible at the same time. This way here, we don't stress the hair too much, and you also have really beautiful protection of the cuticle. I will teach the thing to the clients. So, for example, if Constanza sees girls that don't really come for a blow dry in the salon, but she mainly always do her blow dry at home, I would just explain her how she can maybe make it look a little bit better at home when she's smoothing the cuticle this way here, because it actually helps to give shine to the hair and also again close the cuticle in a nice way, and you again here protect the color in a better way, right? When you close it in a beautiful way. That's maybe the only thing I would say to using gloves. It's like, but be careful you don't pull the client's hair because it's not so nice with the rubber gloves if you're pulling the hair at the same time on the client's hair. I'm just gonna turn Constanza a little bit around so it's a little bit easier for me to blow dry here. Another treatment that is nice for the clients to buy with them home, of course, you can also do in the salon, is the circle chronicle, especially when the clients go to the beach. They can use the circle chronicle on the hair while they're on the beach, and then when they come home in the evening, of course, they rinse out the treatment. This is what I think is very nice about the circle chronicle, that you can multitasking depending on what kind of a problem you have on the hair. You can buy 1, 2, or 3 of the circle chronicle treatment, and you apply on the hair depending on where it's needed. Especially, I would say now for the summer, where a lot of your clients maybe have some sun shades, the hair is also a bit old. The Renaissance circle is really beautiful to use for those clients. And also, it's easy for the clients to apply by themselves. And again, here they don't need a specific shampoo with the product. They just literally apply the circle chronicle, and then you can just use it depending on what kind of hair, of course, you have to work on. So I think we can start to see here that Constanza's color start to clear up a little bit. Just gonna section up. So mainly I dry the hair around, I would say probably 80% dry with my fingers, and then I just use a brush for the last 20% to make it smooth the cuticle in a beautiful way, and of course give more shine to the hair at the same time. I use a quite deep brush when I blow dry, because I find it go very fast. And it's a nice way to smooth my cuticle. First, I smooth the cuticle on the roots, and then I just gonna go in and blow dry my ends a little bit. I think now you can see the effect from the lavender, how it gives that kind of like really, really nice, cool blend of your highlights. So they look beautiful. Here in the back, of course, I don't have the same amount of light highlights because it's done previously on the hair. So I didn't lighten up anything here in the back. I just literally lighten everything with the lightening oil again from the center light. But I didn't put in foils like I did in the front section. Just going to take a new section down here. Just turn Constanza a little bit there. Also, I can recommend you if you are, let's say you have a hair that is quite damaged, not maybe because you have done it in the salon, but maybe clients have a damaged hair from the summer, maybe you have the bleach or the color done somewhere else, and you use the wrong product on the hair. Then before you're gonna tone it, if you have some have made highlights or more light shades in between, then again, you can use the unprotection, do the beautifying treatment with the unprotection, and then you do the toning after. This way you get more uniform hair texture to work on, which of course is very important because sometimes when we tone, especially when we want to maybe make cooler shades, you all know that sometimes when we do the coolness of the ends and the length, it starts to grab the cool shades too fast. And then when we finish, we have like maybe kind of like a really ash or dark gray or even blue ends, and the roots look too hot, too warm compared to the rest, right? This is a good way that you can actually avoid that. So use first the beautifying treatment from the on protection, and then you do the toning after, which is really the thing that is going to work super good. And of course, again, the color going to look just stunning on the client's hair. I think now you can start to see the color that we've done here on Constance's hair, how it looks nice and cool. You can also see when I blow dry the hair, I keep the blow dryer parallel with the hair, so I smoothen my teeth toe. Just adding a little bit of body and volume. And now you can see here, this is one of the slices I put in here on Constance's hair. The way I place my slices is always diagonal when I place them, and I do a little bit of fading towards the root. So I don't have like, I mean, they're not coming from the root, but you can see here, just have the kind of like a little bit of fading coming through there. So it looks very natural. And I think this is very important when you're working today with your foils or whatever, that really classic highlights I don't do anymore, to be honest. I do more like fading towards the ends and length. Be sure I'm gonna have a more modern look, because I don't think highlights are so modern at the moment. I think you can start to see have this kind of little like silvery effect on the hair on Constanza. She's very curious. When I asked Constanza if she wants to do it, then she said, yeah, but I don't want to be purple, like purple. I said, okay, don't worry. So it is like really discreet. It just look more like really cool. I think again you can see the shine on the hair. That's really nice. So just gonna turn Constanza here again to the other side for you guys. Is there any questions so far from any one of you? Then please feel free to ask in the chat. And we need it there. So we are back again. Now you can see how they found really nice tone, nice blend of sand. As you can see here, the pasta before was quite gold, the hair of Constanza. So now we have this more like a nicer blending. Just going to use a bit of oil. I'll take out the tape here so you can see how we block it out. Just going to check up here so in the chat. Okay, take care, Osa. So this is the end result, as you can see here. So just a short recap of what we did today here on our model. We simply had put in some fume foils in the front section because she was too dark from the previous highlights. She felt some missing with light. So just put in few foils diagonal section here. We did slices and few waving, and then we blended the bleach up towards the root so we don't have any kind of line in the hair. Then we did toning with 721 and the gloss, 1 part of 721 and 2 part of the gloss, and then with 10 volume. We left it on just for 10 minutes, rinse it all off, and then we apply a treatment with the Keratin Wonder so she's ready for the summer, where we're mixing 20 grams of Keratin Wonder, 30 grams of the lavender, and 3 grams of the mahogany fines pigment into it to give that kind of like really cool dusty blend of sand color, as you can see here. We left it on for 10 minutes, rinse off, comb the hair before rinsing, and then we apply pure lavender on top of it just for a few minutes. We comb again, we rinse, and then we've been using now the relaxing fluid and oil for the blow dry. How do you see and feel your hair?
Molto bene, very happy, very nice. Very, very nice.
Was that what you had in mind, Costanza?
Sì, esatto.
Okay.
Bravo, Brian.
Nice, that's good. So I would like to say thank you for today. I hope you have enjoyed our class this morning. Thank you for those of you that are up very early. Thank you to those of you that is on the way to the bed. Take care, and remember, always wash your hands. So wish you all a very nice weekend. Stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.